Oh, hi. I'm Brian Keith. I hope you're having a great Air Guard day. I know I am because I'm here at the beach. Welcome to our abbreviated version of Air Guard magazine. In this edition, we're going to show you some very interesting footage of some things the Air Guard has been involved with this month. One is our relief effort in the wake of Hurricane George. The other is some footage that was shot of the dedication of the Memorial Monument. So what I'd like for you to do is sit back, enjoy the footage. I'm going to go back and enjoy the water.
Several members of the Charlotte unit of the Air National Guard got the chance to help out. They're now back home after a day trip to the Florida Keys.
But it was anything but rest and relaxation. Their mission was to transport hospital patients who'd been displaced by Hurricane George. WBTV's David Wisnett has their story of a mission of mercy.
Enrique Nunez first came to the United States 2 weeks ago on a raft from Cuba. Anna Jusam came here from France in 1925 on board a steamer. But on Thursday, they both made their second trip in a week on board an Air National Guard C-130.
I think it's very handy when you go for a long ride.
Anna is one of 35 hospital patients being flown back to hospitals near their homes. Last week, they were evacuated as Hurricane George bore down on the Keys. The return trip is courtesy of members of the Aeromedical Evacuation Squadron based in Charlotte. Along with an aircraft flight crew, we left the Queen City around 8 Thursday morning. There's no such thing as packing light for a trip like this. They took stacks of stretchers. The military calls them litters. And they took medical supplies for any patient.
Yeah, we take all of our medical equipment. We take oxygen. We take emergency drugs, just about anything that we think that any of the patients might need.
The crew on this C-130 is one of only 9 in the country trained to transport medical patients.
I'm going to walk on this side. I think the Angels had a competition with Mother Teresa, but now she's gone.
Our first stop was Sebring, Florida. That's where the patients had stayed for a week, waiting for the hurricane to clear the Keys. Carefully, each patient was loaded onto the plane for the 40-minute ride south. It wasn't just the hospital patients who had to spend a week in Sebring, Florida. Hospital workers had to stay here too. And for many of them, today's flight back to the Keys will be their first chance to see if their own homes are still standing. At Marathon, Florida, about half the patients were unloaded, and it appeared that there was very little storm damage. The crew said goodbye to some patients they had quickly grown to love. But once the plane was back in the air and headed to Key West, there was near disaster. One patient's blood pressure took a dangerous drop, and the Aeromed crew jumped into action. After a few anxious moments, the patient was stabilized.
This is what we train for. Not necessarily these individuals. We're usually training for carrying military individuals, but this was even more special. I know because we came and picked them up how sick they were when we got them, and I knew that they really needed our care, and it really made us all feel good.
All went well when the plane arrived back at the Key West Naval Air Station. The remaining patients were picked up by emergency workers. It made for a long day for the Guard technicians, but nobody was complaining.
It's very gratifying for the whole crew. And quite frankly, how it operates when we leave Charlotte, we're an EPIC call sign, and we change once we unload our patients, we change to an AirVac call sign. ATC, other traffic, everything works together, and it's just pretty neat to see the whole operation work.
Most of the Aeromed crew members are part-timers. They work during the week as doctors and nurses, always on the ready for missions of mercy like this one. David Wisnett, WBTV News, reporting from Key West, Florida.
Good morning. Welcome to the dedication of the North Carolina Air National Guard Memorial Monument and Mall. The dedication of this very special site is the fulfillment of a dream and the culmination of a lot of planning and hard work that began 14 years ago. The purpose of this mall is to serve as a lasting and visible memorial to the men and women who have died either as active members or retired members of the North Carolina Air National Guard. As long as this monument stands, their names, their lives, their contributions to the North Carolina Air National Guard, and their years of faithful service will never be forgotten.
Lieutenant Colonel William B. Elliott, Staff Sergeant Ralph K. Farman, Senior Master Sergeant Howard W. Featherstone, Master Sergeant Sidney J. Fox, Lieutenant